Hello bookish friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi, and today we are going to be doing a either 24 or 48 hour reading challenge. Okay, hello bookish friends. This is me popping in at the end of this vlog, but really you're seeing it at the beginning of this vlog because I want to correct something. When I originally started this vlog, I really thought I was gonna do a 48-hour reading challenge, but I didn't read that much, so we're just gonna call it a weekend reading vlog or like a weekend in my life or something like that. So every time you hear me saying like, oh, let's do this 48-hour reading challenge, just ignore me and replace those words in your head with weekend vlog. So, all right, let's get back into it. It is currently Friday, January 19th at 5 p.m. And Chris just called me and said, hey, do you care if I go snowboarding this weekend? I'm either gonna go Saturday or Sunday, or I might go both days. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, you can go snowboarding because that means I can stay inside on the couch and read all weekend. So I wasn't planning on filming this video, but since he told me he's doing that, I was like, all right, we're gonna film a reading challenge vlog. And yes, I'm missing 2 nails. I have to put them back on. So we're gonna see how much we can read over the next 24 or 48 hours. I'm honestly, realistically, probably gonna do 48 hours because even if he doesn't go anywhere on Sunday, I can still do this vlog. Let's say we're gonna do 48 hours for now. So we're gonna end Sunday, the 21st at 5 p.m. So let's talk about a TBR, I guess. This actually kind of worked out perfectly because I just finished the book club hotel last night and started Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna McGuire, which is a short little novella. I clearly will probably finish this tonight or like first thing tomorrow morning. So that will be, I just smacked myself. So that will be nice because, oh, I should probably mute the TV. I guess it kind of worked out that we're gonna do this reading vlog because whenever I do like a reading challenge, I like to, non-stop distractions in this house. Louie, when I do reading challenges like this, I like to always include a novella so I can add an extra book in, because if I was gonna do like just one big book, I would only read that book. So we're gonna do Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna McGuire. I'm currently on page 37 of this. There's only like 170 pages. I'm a decent way into this. I'm liking it so far, not like loving it. I don't know if I'm just like stupid or what, but it's like very lyrical and like metaphoric, I guess. And this is basically about, this is Eleanor West's home for wayward children. Children have always disappeared under the right conditions, slipping through the shadows under a bed or at the back of a wardrobe, tumbling down rabbit holes and into old wells and emerging somewhere else. But magical lands have little need for used up miracle children. Nancy tumbled once, but now she's back. The things she's experienced, they change a person. The children under Miss West's care understand all too well, and each of them is seeking a way back to their own fantasy world. But Nancy's arrival marks a change at the home. There's a darkness just around each corner, and when tragedy strikes, it's up to Nancy and her newfound schoolmates to get to the heart of the matter, no matter the cost. So it has to do with like other worlds and like experiencing other worlds, like the underworld, logic world. Like there's a bunch of these different alternate worlds that these kids go to. And Eleanor's home for wayward children is like a place that you go to kind of figure out where you need to be and where you're gonna go next, I think. Obviously there's like a magical element to this book. I'm only like 30 pages in, so I'm not that far into it, but basically right now, Nancy, our pretty much main character, just arrived to the home. She just met her roommate and now they're kind of like exploring a little bit. So I don't know if I like truly understand what this book is about just yet, but once I read more into it, I will give you an update. I'm hoping to finish this tonight. Would be lovely. I mean, it's so short that I probably could if I could just like get off my damn phone. Like I said, it's 5 o'clock right now. And at 6:30, we're going to dinner with my parents and Chris's dad. So I have like realistically an hour to read, and I'm hoping I can get at least halfway through in that next hour, which would be like 50 pages, less than 50 pages. So I feel like I can realistically do that, and I will update you right before I go to dinner. But if I finish that tonight, the next book I want to read is Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates. It's just a horror, but it takes place in wintertime at like an isolated cabin. I am trying to read more Darcy Coates. I've read a couple of her books, and she's a very hit or miss author for me. I read Gallows Hill, hated it, and I read oh my god, what the hell's it called? The Haunting of Caro, the Caro Haunt or something like that. Really liked that one. And then I read Hunted and loved that one. Like Hunted was my favorite Darcy Coates so far. So I'm like slowly working my way through her books, and I picked this up late in 2023. for a winter TBR because obviously it takes place in the winter. But I think they go on an excursion in the mountains, then a snowstorm hits, and then they're stuck in this cabin and people start going missing. So I'm hoping I can get pretty far into this one too. Main priority right now is finishing Every Heart a Doorway. My goal is to finish it tonight. I hope I can do that. And then tomorrow, I want to read as much of this as I possibly can. If I could finish this tomorrow, that'd be pretty sick. And then I can maybe start another book for this on Sunday, but we shall see. My hope for this video to start is finishing these 2 books. Or finishing Every Heart a Doorway and getting as far into Dead of Winter as I possibly can. I'm very happy that this unexpectedly happened, and I hope Chris goes snowboarding tomorrow on Saturday so I can just like veg out all day, hang around with my doggy all day, and get a bunch of reading done. So I'm gonna sit here for the next hour, see how much of Every Heart a Doorway I can read, and then right before I go to dinner, I will come back with an update. So let's get this 48-hour reading challenge vlog started. Okay, I am back for a reading update. It is now 6:12. My parents are gonna be coming to pick me up any second now. And I wanted to update you on my reading progress. I am now currently on page 67, so I read 30 pages, which was not as much as I wanted, but I'm like genuinely confused reading this because the whole premise of this book is that these kids go through different portals to different worlds. Like there's the no nonsense world, the logic world, and then there's certain directions that things are either virtue or wicked. You go to these different worlds and you have different experiences, but they keep talking a lot about like when Nancy, the main character, disappeared. And I'm like, okay, did this girl like disappear in her real life and then like died and now she's going through all these magical realms? And I think that's the part that's confusing me and I just don't get. I'm not really loving this, and I think it's because I'm like so confused. I wish it like explained more at the beginning. Like when this book starts, you're thrown in like, this is the world, this is how things work, but they don't like genuinely explain things deeply, you know? But I guess with like a shorter book, you only have 170 pages to write out a full story, so you can't really be super detailed, but I don't know, I'm just like slightly confused, but I'm trying to understand it. And that's why I think it's taken me longer to read than I was expecting, because I'm going back and like rereading things to make sure I fully understand what the fuck is going on. I'm gonna go to dinner now, and then I'm gonna come back and read. Hopefully I can read a lot more when I get back. I'm hoping we'll be home by like 8:39. And then I could read for a couple hours before I go to bed and hopefully get pretty close to finishing this, if not finishing it. Obviously it's Friday, so I could stay up late. I don't have to go to work tomorrow. I'm hoping that at the end, like if I finish, I'm no longer confused and everything like kind of comes full circle, but again, we shall see. But okay, I'm gonna go to dinner and then I will be back with some B-roll. I'm not gonna record at dinner, obviously, but I will put in some B-roll of me like actually reading, because I personally like B-roll in a vlog and like seeing people like turn the pages and see what they're doing and what they're watching. And I don't like just being talked at the entire time. I like a mix of both. So cue the B-roll. Okay, good morning, friends. It is now Saturday, about 11:30. We didn't get home from dinner last night until like 9:30, and then I read for like an hour and fell dead asleep on the couch. Was like so tired, I just could not function. I don't know why I was so tired. And then woke up at like 3:30 a.m. Had to bring my parents to the airport, and then came back, went back to sleep until now. And I didn't read that much. I am currently on page 91, so I'm a little more than halfway done with this. Still just like very confused. Something really like drastic just happened. Somebody was murdered. The way like Nancy and two of the other people are reacting is kind of weird. They're kind of just like, oh, she's dead, like let's clean her stuff out. It's a little weird. And I'm still just like not understanding this whole like, did they disappear and never came back and their parents are like worried about them, or I don't know, because it's like sometimes they talk about disappearing and then their parents like write them letters and their parents talk about sending them away to this boarding school. I don't know, I'm just like confused, I guess. Maybe they disappeared, came back all like fucked up, and then their parents send them to this boarding school. I don't really know. I'm gonna sit here right now and finish this. Let me make myself some lunch because it's late and then start Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates. Let's finish Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna Maguire right now. What are you doing? Why you look so sad? Hello friends. This is probably the world's worst 48-hour reading challenge vlog because I have barely read anything. Yesterday ended up being so much busier than I was expecting. I ended up going over to one of my friend's houses who's fostering a dog, and she was like, can you just come help me? So I went there for a couple hours. Then Chris and I went out and ran a couple errands and then came home and kind of just like vegged out for only a couple hours. And I did finish Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna Maguire. Did not like it. I'm not even gonna like waste my time discussing that book because I don't know, I didn't like it at all. I think it was really boring and it was only 170 pages, so like how could it be boring? I feel really bad saying that because I know so many people loved that book. Like Books and Lala rated it 5 stars. Her and our reading tastes don't always match up, but there is some bangers that her and I both love. So I finished that, and then we went to one of our friends' houses last night to watch the 8 o'clock football game. And I thought we were gonna leave after that. And then Chris was like, oh no, there's a fight, we're staying. So I was like, what the fuck, Chris? Like, come on. Didn't get home until like 2 a.m. Then I woke up this morning and I don't know, I feel like really down. I don't know, I literally was like, Chris, can you please just bring Louie for a walk so I can just have a couple, even just an hour of peace and quiet, like by myself. So I did read 10 whole pages of Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates. And I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, all right, should I just like scrap all this footage and not even like make this vlog a thing? And then I was like, no, Lexi, because you're still gonna read a decent amount today. Like I'm not leaving my couch today. It's just not happening. Instead of like completely giving up on this and quitting, sorry, the lighting is just not good here. Instead of like completely giving up and just being like, you know what, screw this, it's not coming out exactly how I wanted it to, I was like, that's the whole point of not, like I'm not doing that this year. I am not striving for perfection, I am just striving for consistency. We're gonna continue and we're gonna maybe extend this until tomorrow. So it's gonna be a weekend reading vlog instead of a 48-hour reading vlog. All of that to say, I'm not giving up on this vlog and I'm hoping that I can read a decent amount of pages today in Dead of Winter. And this starts out really strong. I love when her books do this. They start out with the character basically on the brink of death and like the main thing happens and then you figure out what happens leading up to it. And this one's no different. The main character, I don't even know her name, Krista, is caught in a snowstorm and she's basically stranded in like this mountainy area and has no idea where she is. She doesn't see any buildings or any people. And her friend, Kiernan, they were together and then something happens to Krista and she ends up on her own. And then the point I just got to was where she somehow saw a building with a light on in the middle of the mountains. So that's as far as I got. I would love to get halfway through this today. So it's 341 pages. So I would love to get to 171 pages. That would be lovely. 170.5 is the halfway point, so we're gonna round it up to 171. So if I can get halfway through this today, I will consider that a success. Maybe I can get even farther than that. And then we'll see about bringing this vlog until tomorrow. Probably not gonna happen. I'll probably just close it out today. Oh shit, I also need to edit my day in the life video. I've been working on a days in the life video and it has to go up tomorrow and I need to edit that shit. I forgot about that. well, I'm gonna sit here, see if I can get 170 pages into this, and then we'll go from there. The one thing I do love about Darcy Coates' books is her chapters are so short, so it makes it so much quicker to read. It's currently 12:06. All right, we're gonna keep going with this vlog right now. So I'm gonna stop talking. I'm either gonna put in some B-roll or you'll see me talking again. Probably some B-roll. Friends, I am coming to you freshly out of the shower, obviously. I'm not necessarily here for a reading update, but I will update you on my reading when I get back downstairs. I'm here for like a life update. Not really a life update, more of an emotional update. I have been feeling rough lately, like I just can't get into a groove. And it's definitely because I just got off my period, but it's also this freaking weather. It is so cold in upstate New York right now. Like, pretty sure the high today was 16 degrees. Like, that's freaking cold, and with the wind chill, it feels so much colder. So it's like, I can't even go outside and like walk Louis like I normally do. Like, it's kind of ridiculous how cold it is. So I've been feeling really like dumpy, and like I don't want to even leave my house. And Chris was like, Lexi, you need to like get it together because you're 27 years old and you're acting like you're 95. And I was like, I know, but I just like can't help it. Like, I am so tired and exhausted for legit no reason. Like, there's literally no reason for me to feel this way. I mean, depending on what my blood work says, there could be a reason. They're thinking I have an issue with my thyroid, which could explain like the constant exhaustion. Until I have those back, I'm like in a weird spot where I don't know what's wrong with me, but I can't do anything to fix it. Like, no matter what I eat, what I drink, what I do, exercise, no exercise, I feel the exact same. And it's starting to like really get to me because I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? Like, I am 27 years old. Well, I'm about to be 28. My birthday's early February. I feel like I'm in such a rut and I just can't seem to get myself out for more than like a week. I told myself, I was like, all right, Lexi, you've been sitting on the couch all morning. You're gonna get your ass up. You're gonna take a full shower. I shaved my legs and everything, exfoliated. And I was like, you're gonna like do that and you're gonna blow dry your hair with your like round brush thing. I was like, do I really wanna do that? Like, I'm feeling lazy, of course. But then I was like, you know what? No, stuff like that will make me feel like I'm put together. Like, I kind of have my life together, even though I really don't. But I think doing little things like this are just like making me feel like, all right, Lexi, like you're put together, you're looking good, you got up, you dried your hair, you look presentable, and yeah. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna stop being lazy. I am going to get myself together. So I took a shower. I'm not wearing this shirt for the rest of the day. I just get the shower sweat so bad. I'm going to use my Revlon, whatever they call this, blow dry brush to just do my hair. And I was like, should I put makeup on too? And then I was like, all right, no, that's doing too much because my skin's been going through it lately. I feel like I just need to get up, do some things to make myself feel better about myself, not necessarily feel better overall, but just to be like, all right, like you look cute, put on like a cute cozy outfit. I'm gonna change into like a long sleeve white shirt after this that's like kind of cute and not just like boring. And then I'm gonna blow dry my hair so it looks decent and I don't just look like a wet dog. And then I think I might treat myself to a McDonald's Diet Coke because I feel like I deserve it. And then I'm gonna come back and sit back on my couch and read. I have read like 60, either somewhere between 60 and 70 pages of Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates, and I'm loving it. Her writing style is just so easy to read because it's so fast paced. Between 7 and 8 o'clock, I have to go pick up a Hannaford to-go order. Chris and I needed groceries. When he left to go over to his parents' house to watch football, I was like, all right, maybe I'll like be productive and go to the grocery store. And then I was like, no, that's not happening. So I did Hannaford to go. So I'm going out twice, but you know what? Maybe it'll be good for me and it'll get Louis out of the house a little bit. We can take him for a car ride. That was quite the rant, but I'm going to do my hair now. Don't mind my red cheeks, I am sweating. I sweat so bad when I get out of the shower, I don't know why, But I just blow dried my hair. Oh my god, look at these bangs. Oh my god, these baby hairs are so bad. Then I'm dressed in just a cute white tee, sweats, and then my new slippers that I love. I am gonna go treat myself to a McDonald's Diet Coke because I feel like I deserve it. And right now, that would just make my whole being so much happier. So let's go. Okay, hello friends. I have no reading updates because I literally have not read in like the last hour or two. I took a shower, went to McDonald's, got myself a Diet Coke, and then I came back and started editing the Days of My Life vlog that is gonna be up before this one, way before this one. I wanted to show you something that I recently got. So Chris's cousin is recently engaged, and him and his cousins always do like a secret Santa. Me and Chris's cousin's fiance got left out of it, so we were like, do you want to just get each other gifts? And I have to show you the gift she got me because it is literally the cutest thing I've ever seen. I will leave the Etsy shop. I'm pretty sure she got it from Etsy. I'm almost positive she got it from Etsy, but I will leave a picture of the Etsy shop right here so you can check it out for yourself because I'm gonna be ordering myself one of these each year. It is just this little ornament that has all these book covers in it, but it says a year of books for 2023. So every single book I read in the year of 2023 is in this ornament. Like, how cute is this? You can just see all the different book covers that are in there. And these are literally all the books I read last year. Like a fourth wing! Like every time I shake it, I see a new book. Oh, there's Harry Potter in there. Like, I literally just can't get over this. This is the cutest freaking thing ever. So Chris is like, oh, you're gonna like put it on the tree next year? I was like, hell no, this is going in my reading room right now. I'm gonna figure out a way to hang it somehow. I might just get some like clear, like fish line. No, is that what it's called? I don't know, some sort of clear thing and just hang it from something because that is so freaking cute. Like every time I look at this, I see a new book cover and I'm like, oh, they're so cute. So she's on Etsy and Instagram. I'm gonna leave the information on the screen and I will leave the information below. I just thought that was like so cute. Like I am obsessed with that. So had to show that off. It is a little before 6:30. I have to pick up my Hannaford to go order at 7-ish. It says that they were out of stock of cherry tomatoes and there's just no way. So when I get there, I'm gonna get my Hannaford to go order. Then I'm gonna go inside myself and get cherry tomatoes because I eat so many cherry tomatoes and I need them. So once my order is ready at Hannaford, I'm gonna go pick it up and then I'm gonna come back and watch the Bills and Chiefs game. Chris went over for football at his parents and I was like, I'm not going. Now that Dallas is out, and since this is the first Sunday, I was like, I am spending Sunday at home. So I'll definitely watch the game by myself. I am rooting for the Bills. I went to school out in Brockport, which is kind of out by Buffalo, and all of my friends are from Buffalo and they're Bills fans. So now that Dallas is out, go Bills. In terms of reading, I guess I should update you on my reading. I'm currently on page 78, chapter 17. I've read this much today. Honestly, that's great reading progress. I'm basically on page 80 and I started today on page 10, so I've read 70 pages today, which you're probably like, Lexi, that's really not that much, but it's a lot for me. And I'm gonna continue to read. I'm hoping I can read up to page 170, which would be like the halfway point, and that'll be good for me. It's so funny because I was thinking to myself, like, should I refilm the intro to this video? Because in the intro, I was saying how it's gonna be a 48-hour reading challenge. And it's definitely not. I'm gonna call this a weekend in my life video, or maybe like a weekend reading vlog. I'll do that. But I think I'm gonna like film a clip and pop it in the beginning of the video and be like, by the way, every time I hear you hear me say 48-hour reading vlog, it's not a 48-hour reading vlog, it's a weekend in my life. So probably gonna film that right now really quick, and then I will throw in some B-roll of me doing whatever I'm doing. I'll probably show you me putting my groceries away, and then we'll make ourselves some sort of dinner, and then we'll get back to reading. So let's go. Hello friends, I am back. I clearly just picked up my groceries from Hannaford to go and put them away, and now I'm gonna make myself some dinner. When I was like looking through what I needed, because for some reason they didn't have cherry tomatoes, and I was like, oh, I'll just go in and grab them. I know they have them. They literally, like, their produce section was wiped out, and I'm really pissed, not that pissed, because I love chicken thighs, but Chris prefers boneless chicken thighs, and I ordered boneless chicken thighs, and they clearly didn't have them, so they gave me regular chicken thighs. You know what? It's fine. I will eat them. So I'm gonna divvy these up. I like to like split them up and then put them into Ziploc bags and freeze them, so that way when it's time to use them, I just take it out and it's like a perfect serving for a night. I'm gonna do the same with this chicken. I am gonna leave one piece of chicken out to myself, and that way we will have pre-cut chicken for the week. Honestly, I hate doing this, but also love doing it, because then it just makes it so much easier, like throughout the week. I don't have to like worry about like, oh shit, like did I pre-portion my chicken, and I have to thaw it all out and then put some in a Ziploc bag. This way I'm literally just taking out one bag, and I know that's enough for dinner. So I'm gonna put 3 chicken thighs in each bag. When I was thinking about it, I was like really dreading grocery shopping and dealing with groceries. Louis, yeah. I took a shower, I felt so much better, and I was like, you know what? Once I get back and put all these groceries away and like prep my veggies for the week, I'm gonna feel so good about myself, because then I'll really feel like I'm set up fully for the week. I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person where if I start the week fresh and have like fruits and vegetables and chicken, and my chicken is pre-portioned, so that way when I do need it, it's like I can just take the bag out and I know that's what we need for dinner. That just like makes me feel so much better, and it's so much better for me like mentally. I am kind of pissed that they didn't have cherry tomatoes, because my current obsession, and I don't know why this is like my current obsession, is cherry tomatoes, cucumbers with just like either romaine lettuce or a spring mix, and eating that. I don't know what it is, but that is like my current hyperfixation. I can't stop eating it. But they didn't have any freaking cherry tomatoes, so now I need to go back to the grocery store tomorrow, which I'm not too happy about that, but you know what? It is what it is. One big thing that I can give you if you struggle with mental health is just taking your time on Sundays and just getting yourself ready for the week. Usually mine includes like taking a nice deep long shower where I shave my legs, and like walking is really one of my big things, but obviously it's been way too cold to walk lately, so I feel bad for Louis that he can't really do that. Our mall just became dog friendly, so now I know like if it's really cold I could go walk him there, which is nice, which that's what Chris did this morning. Ordering your groceries, if you don't want to, I hate going to the grocery store on the weekends. Like I learned that I like to do my Hannaford to go on the weekends and go actual grocery shopping during the week. Like if we actually need to go grocery shopping, I'm like, let's do it during the week so I don't have to like deal with the crazy crowds, because that's when everybody goes grocery shopping. What I would recommend is if you have to get groceries, do some sort of online service like a Hannaford to go or the Walmart. I know they have like their own thing, or even Instacart. Do that instead of going to the grocery store on a Saturday, because I don't do well with like overcrowded places, especially when I want to be like in and out. Like I don't feel like sitting in line forever, and I don't feel like walking around all these old people who for some reason have to go to the grocery store at noon on a Sunday when it's the busiest time. I've learned that getting groceries over the weekend is not as hard as it needs to be, simply because I can use services like Hannaford to go. Ew, this chicken is janky. But I will say, sometimes I don't like doing it because they pick out like stuff that I wouldn't pick out. Like this chicken is not good. I'm having to cut a lot of it off, but it's fine. I feel so much better. Like when I woke up this morning, I was struggling, and I was like, I'm not gonna make it through this day. Like I'm literally just gonna veg out on the couch and be a miserable, sad human being. But like getting up and showering and then going to get my groceries and kind of like getting my life together without having to put much effort in is like key for me. I'm feeling really good right now. That's the fact that I've barely read anything, which whatever, that's fine. So I'm just like cutting up this chicken. I'm gonna make myself some dinner. I found this in our pantry. I bought a ton of these like a while ago, and they're so great for like quick on the go meals. I love chicken marsala and I love mushrooms, but Chris doesn't. So when I saw that, I was like, oh hell yeah, that's what I'm making for dinner tonight, because Chris wouldn't eat it if I made it. He would, but I would have to make like the mushrooms on the side and make them separate. I was like, perfect. I'm going to make this for myself tonight. I'm gonna add mushrooms. I got some shredded mozzarella cheese. I'm gonna throw some Brussels sprouts in the air fryer. We have some leftover rice from a meal that we made late last week, so I'm gonna put that on the bottom, and it's gonna be a very easy meal to make. I'm very excited about it because I don't have to do much effort. The only thing I really need to make is the chicken. I'm gonna make it in my cast iron skillet, and then once the chicken's like cooked, I'm gonna add the sauce, let that cook for a little bit, and then add mozzarella cheese and then put it in the oven. And I think it's gonna be delicious. So I'm going to go put my pre-portioned chicken in the freezer downstairs, and then we're gonna cook some dinner and then get our asses reading. Hello friends, let's set you up here, and then we're gonna wrap up this weekend in my life vlog. I did not close out this reading vlog yesterday because I was too tired, and I ended up finishing editing at like 11 o'clock at night. So I was like, all right, we'll just close out the reading vlog tomorrow, or the weekend in my life vlog tomorrow. So we are here to do that, and the only thing I really need to like wrap up is what I read and how many pages I read. I read the entirety of Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna McGuire. This is a short little novella. This was awful in my opinion. It was so slow, and for a book that's only 171 pages, well, one, I have the book cover on the wrong way. That's great. Honestly, I don't even really understand what this is really about. It's basically about these kids that like go missing, and they go through like these random doors that pop up, hence the door on the cover, and they go to like these alternate universes and live lives and then get traumatized by them, I think. And when they go back, their parents send them to Eleanor West School for Wayward Children, and they have to like learn to cope with what they've been through. For a book that was only 171 pages, this was like pretty friggin' boring. I was like, okay, I don't want to continue reading this, but it's only 171 pages, so I think I can push through. And I did push through, and I was like, okay, I don't need to continue on with the series, which sucks because so many people love this book, and it has such a high rating on Goodreads that I was like, all right, I clearly am wrong and maybe just not fully understanding this. So I think me not liking this book is a me problem and a me thing rather than like this book actually being bad. So if you have been interested in trying it, definitely try it out because it is a short book and you can push through it really quickly, but it just wasn't for me. That's the first book I read in this. And then last night I did make it to page 146, chapter 33 of Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates. I am loving this. It reads really quick. It's about this group that goes to, well, they're planning to go to this lodge in the mountains for 2 weeks as like a getaway in the winter. Then a tree ends up being stuck in the road. The bus can't get through, so then they get out. They try to break down this the tree stump that's in the way. Two of the characters go off on their own, get lost, and then they end up in like this abandoned cabin almost in the middle of the woods where it's really snowy. It's constantly a giant storm, and people start dying, and they die in very gruesome ways, and you're trying to figure out who it is. And it's so weird because as they're like trying to figure out who this killer is, the girl that's kind of like taking charge, Simone, is like, well, clearly one of us is a killer, so we gotta just figure it out until we can like get help. And everything is just going wrong. I am like losing my shit reading this because I'm claustrophobic, so the thought of being stuck in this cabin with people you don't know and being snowed in and not being able to go anywhere like makes me like super claustrophobic, and I'm just like, I I would die. I would just like off myself if I was in this and had to deal with this. I would lose my shit if I had to deal with this. So I did read 146 pages of that. What did I say? 171 for Every Heart a Doorway and 146 for Dead of Winter. So I did read 317 pages over the course of the weekend. I did a lot of relaxing this weekend. I did hang out with our friends this weekend, watched a football game. Obviously watched the Bills lose last night, which was so sad. It is what it is. So these are the books that I read and am going to continue to read over this weekend. I hope you enjoyed this little weekend in my life vlog. If you like these kind of videos, definitely let me know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.